Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do something that I mentioned way back. I can't remember how far back it was, but I did mention it. One of the things I did in preparation for this video was I did some homework because, again, I'm a novice gardener. I don't know all these things that a lot of you may already know, but I did my homework. So now I'm going to go ahead and dig up my pineapple lilies over in the flower garden. Not all of them, just two of them. And what I'm thinking is, and this depends upon what happens when I dig them up, I may either replant one in the same area or just move both. You know what? I'm going to stop talking. Let's just get over there and then I'll discuss more of what I'm doing when we get over there. Let's go now. Okay, so in this weedy hot mess corner of my flower garden, I have three pineapple lilies, two right here in front of me, one right behind me, and they've done beautifully and performed very well over the last few years. Now these three, I believe, they came with us from New York, and they're essentially a large bulb, which then propagates into other smaller bulbs, which then eventually pushes its way out over years and years and years. It's not a fast-growing plant so far as division. Produces these large, beautiful purple leaves, tall purple flowers. If I can find a picture, I'm going to post a picture up over here. They're just wonderful. I really enjoy them, but I don't see a lot of people growing them. I know Laura from Garden Answer, she got a couple from Proven Winners this year, and she decided to put them in her garden, but it's not a super popular plant from what I can see. I also can tell that it's not a super popular plant because when I was doing my research on the internet, it was very difficult to find any good, reliable, or new information about them. So here we are today, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take up this one and this one. Now there's a small one behind me. I'm going to leave that alone because, again, it is small, and I'm undecided whether the smaller one over here, whether I'm just going to replant that in this area or maybe put it into a pot, or I don't know, but I'm pretty confident that the bigger one over here, I'm going to divide. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to pop these out of the ground now, and then I'm going to turn around and decide what to do with these. And of course, stick around and find out how I'm going to be treating these and where I'm going to be putting them next. I'm going to start with the pitchfork here. They say to try to keep as much of the roots intact. Oh, that's coming up nice. So what we're going to do is, I'm moving the fork, if you can't already tell, a few feet away here. Not a few feet, a few inches away from the plant itself. And trying not to step on other plants in this space. I think what I want to do with this space in the long term is put more tall plants back in this corner. Right now I have a summer drummer right here, and I have a couple of echinaceas which are really small and they really should get transplanted. Again, I'd like to put taller plants back here. The pineapple lily only gets to about 3 foot tall. There we go. Alrighty. Oh, that's good. All right. You know what? Let me get some gloves. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for subscribing. You get to follow my antics around the garden as I'm building this garden and learning how to garden as in the process of building this garden. It's like learning to fly an airplane as you're building the airplane. It's weird. Anyways, so I'm pulling this out now, and if you're new to the channel, I like to wear gloves when I'm moving around here in the garden. It's because I have a lot of fire ants, and I never know where those fire ants are. So the gloves just help protect the hands from the fire ants. This is actually looking really good. I'm just trying to shake off as much dirt, and then what we'll do is I'll wash off the remaining dirt before we move to the next step. Now, according to the interwebs, and from what I've read and seen, this is the time of year to do this, fall or spring. There we go. There's a clump of pineapple lily, and I can see lots of bulbs here, which is good because I want more pineapple lily. I should be able to get some good divisions off this. Now let's take a look at the next one. Again, a few inches away. Oh wow, look at that. This actually might be bigger than I thought. Here we go. All right. You know what? I may divide this one too. All right, we're going to take these, hose them off, and then we'll look at dividing. Okay, now we got the two pineapple lilies washed off. A lot of dirt that came off of them. And the keen eye of you may have noticed that there was something that came off the bottom of this one, and that was a piece of plastic tape. Now, I've mentioned that I do no dig, and I've mentioned the whole putting cardboard down, but I've also mentioned how important it is that you take all the plastic that you can off, otherwise it will come back to haunt you in the future, in which case it did. Not a big deal. I took it, threw it away, disposed of it properly, but you could see that once the cardboard fully dissolved, that plastic stays there forever. This one here looks much bigger than the other one, but I can still divide the other one, which is also good because I want more pineapple lily. I'm actually thinking now of doing like a whole big cluster, as it were, in the new flower beds that hopefully I'll be doing this winter. So I'll bring you guys in here close in a second, and then I'll show you how I'm going to divide them, and we'll talk more about the pineapple lily. But before we do that, did you know I have an Etsy store? You can check out the link right here. I sell right now some art prints on it, some magnets. I hope to have more products in there, up on there in the future. So if you'd like, head over there, check out what I've got going on. Maybe pick up something for the holidays or just for yourself. And that helps to support the channel, which of course allows me to do things like buy more compost, buy more tools, buy more camera equipment so I can make better videos for you guys. And that's all I'm going to say about that right now. Let's go start dividing these lilies. This is the pineapple lilies that we're going to divide, well, one of the two. My plan is to see how much we can divide it, clean it up, and then what am I going to do with all the divisions. So let's get to chopping. So if you notice, there's actually new growth coming off of some of these divisions. Now, what I've done in the past, and what you should be able to do is pop it off. Oop, pop it off like so. Now, I don't know if this will take, because, well, you can only see this two little roots here. What I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to take it and I'm going to leave it in the greenhouse for a couple of days. This will heal. From what I've read on the internet or what I've seen, some people put charcoal on here to act as a fungicide and also help dry out faster. I'm just going to leave it in the greenhouse for a couple of days, let it dry, and hopefully we can either put this in a pot to grow on, or I could turn around and plant it out next spring. This one's practically falling off. This one is perfect. You can get that in shot there. This one's perfect. So we have some leaves. They are a little frostbitten, which is fine. But the important part is you got this beautiful set of roots. So this one I could put right back into the ground. There's no scarring that I have to worry about. There's no damage to the bulb itself that I have to worry about healing up. I can put this right back into the ground. This is another good one. Big bulb, so it should have a lot of energy in there, theoretically. Now, if I'm saying anything wrong, or you think I'm wrong about anything, or if you've grown pineapple lilies before, please leave a comment below. Oh, here's another good one. So we have So we have some leaves here, which is wonderful. Now this will have to dry up a bit. Again, I could stick it back in the ground as is, but then I might get a disease or infection in here, which then defeats the whole purpose of me propagating it, but I have beautiful roots here. I think what I can do here, and I've cleaned it up a bit more, is take this knife, there we go. Okay, so hopefully you can see this. I've got this big scar here, but I have all these wonderful roots. I'm going to leave this little guy here. And I think what I'll do again is leave this out into the greenhouse for a day or two, let the scarring heal up. It looks like it's trying to push up brand new nodes here. And I can replant this right back into the ground if I want. This guy here, which I just cut off again, I'm going to let this heal up. I've got wonderful roots here, a lot of new, all these white roots here, from what I've read, understand, these are all brand new roots. So they're not old, dead roots. These are good, clean roots. So I can let this again heal up over the next 24 or 48 hours and then pot this on. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put those into the greenhouse onto the racks to dry up or start to dry it. I don't just want the scarring to heal up. You don't want to leave them there too long because you don't want them to get damaged via heat or anything else. So just enough, like I said, 24 to 48 hours maybe, just for those scars to heal up a bit. We're going to grab the other one and we'll start dividing. Actually, Sophie's trying to help me already by dividing that one. So I'm going to grab that from her and we're going to start dividing the other one. Alrighty, so this one is the bigger of the two. And if I flip it over real quick, you can see that from the original plant, it produced all these this outer ring of bulbs. So we're going to start trying to pull these apart now and see what we get. Good one. That's a good one. Oh wow, I'm going to have a lot. That's a good one. This one was between the two bigger ones. You can see it's almost flat. Pretty funny. All right, I think I'm going to stop there. You can see all the open wounds on this guy. So I can let this dry out and then maybe replant this. If you think I can replant this, let me know in the comments below. If you don't think I can replant this, again, let me know in those comments below. But I see quite a few good roots. So I'm thinking this is a replantable pineapple lily. It does have a small one here, but it's really not, it doesn't really have any roots coming off. Most of the roots you can see are coming off from the original piece, as it were. I'm not sure what this is called. I'm sure it has a name. This is the oldest, this is the core, this is the oldest part. And what you can see is it just sort of grew out and produced all these bulbs. So let me lay this out and then we'll take a tally of what I have. Okay, so as you can see here, I've got the bulbs laid out, and if I counted correctly, there's about 25 here. Now, theoretically, all 25 should be viable. They all have pretty good roots. I did have a few that, in my process of cutting and breaking apart, I didn't feel comfortable that either they had enough good roots or something was wrong with them. They were maybe a little too small, so into the compost bin they went. Still, 25 out of 2 plants is not bad at all. What I think I may wind up doing is putting 1 or 2 back where we dug them up from, a little more towards the front, because again, they only get to about 3 foot tall. So a little more towards the front, and I want taller plants in the back of that corner to give the area a little bit of height. You may have noticed that I have the canna, or you may have seen in previous videos that I have those cannas over there. I'll be digging all of them up, and I'll probably do a video on that soon once we start getting to the frosts and they die back. But I'm going to dig all those up because they're not in the right location, and maybe they will go to the back of that corner. I'm still not sure about that, but maybe I'll put them in the back of that corner to give, again, a little height to that corner, because where they are right now, they're just not in a good location. And that's, I think, one of the great things about gardening is you can move plants around most of the time. You can decide you don't like something in one area, you want to move it to a different area, and with a little luck and a little skill, you can propagate more plants from the ones that you already have. The rest of these, I think I will be putting into storage until next spring. So I will put them into a cardboard box, move them out of direct sunlight, put them into the garage. The garage stays cold or cool during the winter. They won't get they won't get damaged by a frost. And theoretically, they should last throughout the winter just fine. And then I can replant them next spring, hopefully in the new flower beds that hopefully I will be putting in this winter. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, click that bell icon to be notified of when I do post a new video. And this way you can follow along with my antics, seeing if this works. Again, if you're seeing me do something here, because I'm not an expert gardener and many of you are much more experienced than I am, If you see me doing something wrong here, please let me know in the comments below. If any of my theories here are wrong, if you have something to say, please say it in the comments below, because this way, hopefully I can learn and maybe somebody else who discovers this video can learn along with me. But that's what we're going to do. Now, there was one bulb that came off of the mother plant with no damage to it whatsoever. It was basically ready to go. The plant was just pushing it off onto its own. So, let me show you what I'm going to do with that now. This is the one bulb that split off from the mother plant with no damage because it really wasn't attached to the mother plant anymore. The only way it was attached was the roots were entangled with the others, with the mother plant, the mother bulb, I should say. So this fell away on its own. And if I left the pineapple lily in the ground long enough, maybe take a couple of more years, the rest of those bulbs that were attached would start to do that. They'd all start to basically peel away, and the plant would just keep spreading out that way. So you'd have your center bulb, and then again, it would just keep producing more and more bulbs and just keep pushing out. So what I'm going to do is take this one guy, I'm going to put him into this terracotta pot here. Why? Because I can. It's a fairly small bulb, so I think the pot size is okay. And I think what I will do is grow them on here for maybe a year. Then after a year or so, I can pull them up and I can put them out in the garden. No harm really that I can see coming from that. And I have seen other YouTubers do this. So now they say to plant these about 4 to 6 inches deep. And then hopefully next spring / summer, we'll have these beautiful burgundy leaves just spilling over the pot with nice tall flower stem. That's the theory, at least. If you've grown pineapple lily before, please leave a comment below. I don't think I'm going to plant up all 25 of those pineapple lilies if they do survive the winter. I think I'll be giving away some to family and friends locally. And if you guys like me to do a giveaway, maybe I'll do a giveaway. If you've never grown pineapple lily before and you'd like to give it a try, please leave a comment below. Maybe I'll do a giveaway and we'll give some away to you people out in the internet. You could try growing your own pineapple lilies. So I'm not going to be planting the rest of those, like I said, out today because I want those wounds to heal up. Otherwise, I could be risking infection or fungal disease or something else horrible that would then kill the plant. So I'll just be letting those dry up, and then probably over the weekend or early next week, I'll be planting them into the ground. I think I'll do one over in that area where I had them before to go along with the other small cluster that's there now. And the rest of them, like I said, I'll either give away to friends, families, or I definitely will probably be doing a cluster of them somewhere out in the new flower beds that hopefully, again, I'll be putting in this winter. So I think that's going to wrap it up for today. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Sophie would love to know. Please go check out the Etsy store and any and all links that I have below. Of course, follow me on Instagram because I'm often posting up pictures there that you won't find here on YouTube. I think that's about it. Sophie, what do you think? She thinks we're done. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.